Your phone is accidentally turning you into an internet troll and you don't even realize it. In today's video, we're going to talk about 7 different ways that social media use is screwing you up both mentally and physically. My name is Stirling Cooper. I'm an award-winning adult film star, 7-figure business owner, and I'm here to help you optimize your health, transform your sex life, and live life on your own terms. I realize that this video might seem a little bit ironic, given the fact that I'm telling you this on social media. But social media, like any other vice, is really about how you use it and whether you abuse it and overuse it. In moderation, social media is fantastic. It gives you information, it gives you relationships, and it allows you to impact the wider world around you. But if you use it wrong, if you overuse it, if you abuse it, just like anything else, it can have some seriously negative impacts on your life. Number 1, rapid addiction. Using social media triggers a massive dopamine release in your brain. Well, this tells your brain, it sends a signal to you saying, that was good, do it again. And so you end up in this constant spiral of repeating the same habit again and again and again. That habit typically being mindlessly, endlessly scrolling through social media. And then you quickly find yourself thinking, where the hell did the last hour of my time disappear? Keep your usage of social media to a few strategic time blocks throughout the day to avoid this from happening. Number 2, sleep deprivation. The blue light that you get from your phone screen or your laptop screen stops the release of melatonin. And this hurts your ability to fall asleep, stay asleep, and very importantly, access different phases of sleep, like REM sleep, the most important type of sleep that you can get. So stop scrolling your phone in bed and read a book instead. Number 3, self-esteem issues. Social media obviously causes us to compare ourselves to others, and unnecessary comparisons or outlandish comparisons, comparing yourself to someone who's in no way, shape, or form remotely similar to you, but has a massive amount of success over you, well, that can cause things like depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, where you're basically just beating yourself up for not living up to a standard for someone else, for a celebrity, for an entrepreneur, someone maybe you admire. And this kind of comparison can often lead to depression, anxiety, negative self-talk, and in some cases, imposter syndrome, where you feel like you do not even have a valid opinion on things because you don't think that you are worthy or you don't think you're qualified enough to express your opinion on things. You should only really compare yourself to others so you can learn how to improve your life. So you can learn, okay, what did this person do to get to where they are? All right, great. I'm going to take those same action steps. That is far more useful and a far more positive use of social media and that idea of comparison through social media than, say, comparing somebody's life situation to your life situation and based upon that outcome alone being like, I'm a loser, I'm a piece of shit, I should feel depressed, I should feel low self-esteem. That's a terrible idea. Number 4, decreased productivity. Social media can absolutely be a massive time waster. It can lead to weak focus, lower motivation, and missing deadlines. Set designated times to use social media during your work hours and turn off notifications from all these apps. Number 5, it can make you more negative. Social media often shows us content that's very inflammatory or controversial. I mean, this is done deliberately because that's what human beings typically respond to. That's what our primitive brains respond to most. So the algorithms tend to throw that content in front of you again and again and again because you're responding to it. And this kind of inflammatory, controversial, clickbait type content, what does it do? It makes us more tribal, makes us stressed, emotional, sometimes even afraid. And this is especially true for news sources. In a lot of cases, it doesn't inform you, it just manipulates you emotionally. Number 6, exposure to toxic people or mentally draining people. Social media is absolutely a breeding ground for trolling, harassment, and bullying. And if you're not in control of your own emotions, well, this can lead to anxiety, depression, and even more mental health problems yourself. So if you're susceptible to that, you should stay away from these online social circles that are filled with these kinds of people. Number 7, it creates parasocial relationships. Social media creates this false sense of connection with others. You can clearly see this on things like TikTok, OnlyFans, and Twitch, like or other game streaming platforms, where people, subscribers and fans, they develop a parasocial relationship with the content creator. You shouldn't get obsessed with people you don't actually have a relationship with. And look, I'm saying this as a guy who puts his content out on the internet himself. I get this a lot. People commenting on my life as if they have even the slightest clue about what I do throughout the day, how I live my life, my values, my goals, my aspirations. They don't have a clue what any of those things actually are, but because they consume my content, they assume that they know all these things and they kind of fill in the gaps themselves just by being a consumer, a regular consumer of my content. So you should cut down your social media use if you recognize any of the symptoms I've just gone over. And unfortunately, social media has also ruined our dating lives. I go into even more detail on that in this video right over here.